Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you these IKEA miniature flood bulbs. I seem to slowly be accumulating the older IKEA CFLs that MegaMan made for them back in the day. I never was able to get to an IKEA when MegaMan was making CFLs for IKEA, but here is yet another addition to my collection of the MegaMan and IKEA CFLs. Now these I picked up at a local Goodwill. I got them for free, actually. They were just sitting on a shelf, and I brought them up to the register to just see what they'd say. And the lady just gave them to me. She wasn't sure if they came from something or what. She's just like, you can have them. That's fine. So here they are. One of them was broken, just like this, but that's actually perfect for this video. I've always been interested to see what's inside. Let's start with the one that doesn't have a broken cover. The cover is glass, and the rest of it is plastic. If we look inside, we can see the little mercury pellets in there, in the fluorescent tube. I've come across these bulbs a couple times in lamps at Goodwill and things like that, but I've always wanted to find brand new ones. And these are brand new except for that one that's broken. And you can see all the electronics down below. This is an intermediate-based bulb and is used in like those little clip lights and things that are usually a 25-watt flood bulb inside of them. So, really neat, and a very compact CFL. We'll set that down and take a look at the more interesting one now. I never knew that these had a double loop inside of them, and look at how complicated that tube is. It loops back on itself there, so it looks like it starts down there, loops around, loops up, over, and then they kind of weld it together, loops back down and around, and there's the end of the tube. So it's a double stack, I guess you could say. And there's a metal clip there, down in the bottom middle, that's supposed to hold the tube, but it's pretty loose. So all that's holding it really is the connectors at the end of the tube there. When I found this, it had a whole bunch of glass around it. I kind of chipped it away so that we can get a better look inside here. Of course, there again you can see the little mercury something or another pellets. I believe there's some other chemicals in there too. On this side they don't have that because you only need one. It's one continuous tube. And of course we have the reflective coating on the side, and then down below is the ballast compartment. On the side of the bulb we have the IKEA logo. And these are 7 watt, 150 lumen, and all the basic cautionary stuff. So let's go ahead and start with this one that does have a cover on it. We will show the one that doesn't have a cover as well, because I'm also very interested to watch that turn on as well. So we'll give it a whirl, and whenever it decides to focus here, we'll just turn it on. There you go, it comes to life ever so slowly. And of course it's brighter at the bottom there, because that's where the start of the tube is, with its electrodes and all that fun stuff, and it'll eventually warm up the entire lamp. This cover reminds me a lot of the PAR style bulbs. It might also be used for a halogen offering or something. And it's slowly warming up here. It's getting bright pretty fast. You can see it's still pretty dim over here. Over here is where the mercury pellets are. You can kind of see them in there. These things get really hot when they're in use, almost as hot as a halogen, because they're so crammed in such a tiny enclosure, there's not really anywhere for the heat to go. Well, it's close to full brightness now. It lights up the area pretty good for such a small CFL. So that's enough of that one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the one without the cover, because let's face it, that's really what we want to see. Here we go. And it comes to life, and the camera doesn't show any of it. There we go. So a clearer look. You can see the two starting ends of the tube there. It's going to slowly work its way through. You do have some clear ends here where they didn't put any phosphor. That's because the arc doesn't necessarily get down there. It links right there. Again, we can see our mercury pellets. They're very quiet. Sometimes some electronically ballasted CFLs can be quite loud and annoying. I just love this design. Like, look at how they crammed so much in there. It's just so incredibly compact. MegaMan made some really high-quality CFLs. I've never heard anything bad about them, and every time that I see one, it still is working. I've never really seen any burned out ones where you could actually put quality on a CFL. Now, a lot of modern ones, of course now it's LED, you can't really put quality on that. Well, it's pretty much at full brightness now, I suppose. The bottom looks a little bit brighter than the top, but it's close enough. It's the same brightness as that one. Of course, a little more light can get out because it's being reflected differently without the refractor on the front of it. Anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed this video of this really cool MegaMan made for IKEA CFL flood bulb. Also, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.